You there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay. Wow, I'm being pumped up so hard to manage what little I am.
Hmm.
It's wonderful and disgusting in one package.
Yes.
Um, wow. But yeah, I know this still drags out for another whatever, maybe a week or something. We're at
Hmm.
the end of this. I want to tell you a couple things. I'm suffocating, but I really don't care. It doesn't bother me. Slowly's good work. Uh, Lily told me this morning, and she said you're gone.
Hmm.
So I think we have a little bit more time where it's just letting the body go more, but I couldn't get out of my chair,
Hmm.
my bed.
Hmm.
And I go to move. I swear my legs are filled with lead. Brain power is like, huh? That's what it's really doing best.
Yeah.
Um, we're at the end of it. I know it's been a fucking nightmare for all of us.
Hmm.
Everyone, everywhere. It's taken me so long to get to this point where I'm about to be free and finally doing my job, fulfilling my, not protocol, what do you call it?
Program.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Format. Sorry, format.
Well,
That's the word.
yeah, but it was a mixture of both.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and it is a mixture of both. I was programmed with these formats. Um,
Yes.
uh, oh yeah. Now, something else I saw coming up. Now remember, when you look at creation, the universe isn't that big
Hmm.
because there's over 1,000 universes, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Not as big as this, but there's a couple of them that are about the same size, but there's nothing in there. Nothing much to speak of. So, but in this universe, I really, honey, everything's getting jumbled up 3 or 4 times a year. You're going to have to, um, give it a year and a half to get started,
Hmm.
or 2 years. Um, you're going to meet the one I call Eva that is not. Uh, that's the only, you say in Swedish it's called Eva, but
Oh. Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
all I know is Eva, but it's not. I know so little anymore. Uh, the 3 to 4 times a year, after about a year and a half, maybe two at the most, you're going to have to take off and go to some other planets where there's a whole lot of people. And, I kind of mentioned this,
Hmm.
but I have more definitive information on it. Um, and they won't be that far away.
Hmm.
Um, the farthest one is about a 14 hour, less than a 14 hour, little under 14 hour trip, maybe 14 hour minimum.
Yeah.
And the other ones are anywhere from 2 to 8 on, you know, average. I'm not telling you what you're going to do. I'm telling you that's going to happen. But as far as the personal stuff, it appears that you're taking the family with you.
Good.
You know, because when you go make the trip, you're only going to be gone about 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
Maybe 5 days, maybe 8 days on the longest. Because when you go to one of these planets to talk, it's all recorded and it's being sent out to thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of other planets, and all in their language. So each time you do that, you get a whole lot more done than if you were just, here on Earth.
Efficient.
But,
yeah.
Yeah, but they need to know too. They need to understand. I remember a lot of them, like the Palladians, they thought, like Van told me, my hybrid friend that popped into a Barnes and Noble. Just to be with me. It was so funny. I looked at it, first met him, and then I went like that. I was still funny back then. And he was like this. He looked at me, and then he looked away, and what? What? And he said, Jay, my group, and when he said that, it was Palladians. We were talking verbally, but talked much deeper telepathically. At the, same time as a conversation. And he was talking about the Palladians, and I said, Jay, we know better. That's why we're all Jewish. And I went, And he goes, what? I said, all the religions were wrong. You'll see. And he was like, wow. Anyway, so there's a lot of places out there. I don't know how far the Pleiades galaxy is. I'm getting it. It's either under or over, just under or over 2 hours, trip. I mean, one way. But there's a lot of groups out there. The Anunnaki's second home planet, the one that's their home planet now. The original one's destroyed, but they're in the Pleiades. The Pleiadians are there. There's many different types of people that are in there. So you're gonna help them understand. They've already been fed the information that what I told Van for years now, but it's not the same thing as talking with Christians, but yet it kind of is. It's just that there's different parameters of how people will feel and think, which is close. And it'll be no problem for you to know what to say if you're starting to hesitate in thought, then probably me, but it might be Lily. Just put the right thoughts in your head, and you just say it, and it just like, oh, that's what I meant to say. I wanted spaghetti and meatballs for lunch. Thank you. Can I have a touch of oregano and garlic, please?
It's philosophy as much as it is religion, and I'm okay with both, so I can deal with both.
Yeah, what I'm saying, it's gonna be a cakewalk, just a different slice of cake, okay?
Yeah.
On the ones that you go farther away, you're way out there. And I don't expect your family is going to come with you, because that's going to, you might be gone for 3 weeks, a month. And Ava's, or whatever her exact name is, she's going to want to, she's going to feel the need to stay home and take care of things there.
Sure.
So, and she wants the kids doing something in school. I don't know what it is. I'm seeing something going on there, but it is so hard just to try to talk right now.
Yeah.
That picture that you saw of me, as my face and I'm just shutting down. That's what I'm like, but I'm pumped up so I can talk to you. Lily said, hurry up and finish. I have to go back downstairs for something. Yeah, so anyway, we're almost done with this, and because it's such a big thing with everyone's got religions, it's going to be important for you to go out there.
Yeah, I get it.
And then a lot of the hybrids, assistants that you're going to have, you have a small group that just deals with all the different languages and everything else. And they're going to feed them information, but they might come up to you every once in a while and say, look, we know this from Jay because we have the recordings of everything he did in his life. But, this is all going on through you. So we want your slant on, what's a good way to approach this.
Fine, looking forward to it.
So it's your work. It's just my base information or something. I don't know the wording, but you understand.
This might be important. Did the first being pair do something to your energy to stop you getting out? I know they did something to your DNA, but did they do something to your energy?
Nah, they weren't strong enough.
Okay.
I mean, after they put me in a body, they messed with my body, but you see, that's like the old adage of like a friend of mine. I can't remember his name. I don't really see him much anymore, but he said, if the original first being was so much bigger and stronger than you, and then Aramalius, who came later, how did they not just take you over or beat you up? Because they were bigger, supposedly more powerful and everything. I said, well, this is the best way I can explain it. If you put your hand up like this and someone shoots a bullet at it, that bullet's a lot smaller than your hand, but you know what? It's going through.
Yeah.
And if you take your hand and squeeze that bullet in there, if you're doing anything, you're exercising your fingers, because you sure as heck ain't doing nothing to the bullet.
This is a variation on the same question. Did they do something with your energy once you were in body and do something to your body so that either on its own didn't make much difference, but because they were together, it has a kind of linking effect which stops you getting out?
They can never touch my energy.
Okay.
They could touch the physical body and go in and mess with my physical, brain, attacking me.
Yeah.
But, they couldn't kill me or anything. The only thing that was like that is when I was first waking up and I started fighting, with the two of them, and I was proving a point. The two of them were talking about, what are we going to do with him now? He can see so much and he's too strong. We couldn't beat him up when he was Gandhi. We can't beat him up now. Just mess with his thoughts. Go into the hypothalamus. And then he said, maybe we should try this or that. And then that's when all of a sudden I popped into their view. And I said, hey, that's a good idea. Why don't you try that? That'll probably work. Let's see. And then, the female said, wow, look how strong he is. And she was actually having a moment of pride, like something I made is that has that ability. And the original male, he knew what was coming, and he, in his own head, he said, I'll fix him tonight. He didn't say it to her. She never heard that thought.
Okay.
But I've always been able to know what people are thinking.
And were they planning to kill your body in a plane crash? Is that what you said? They were planning.
That's what it was supposed to be in September of 2016.
Yeah.
Like 2016. What? And that was at the very beginning. And as soon as they wanted me to start talking about everybody praise Mother, Father, God, and then I told them I handled them with kitty gloves. I said, y'all are really important. I mean, we're all from you, and it's really important stuff. But this praise stuff, nah. I don't see that, And they said, oh, that's what it is. That's what you're going to do. And I said, no, I'm not. And he said, If you don't, you're never going to see Lily again. This is more than I've ever talked about. They except for a long time, very long time ago, and they said, "Oh, really?" They said, "That's right. You'll never see her again." And of course, I already knew that was bull.
Mm.
And I said, "I guess, well, we'll just have to see about that. But you're not going to twist me to use me. I don't give in."
Mm.
I'm a one-way street, and don't go the wrong way because I'm gonna fucking hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how people get hurt. Then the male fired up his energy, and then the female said, "No." I said, "Look, I've told you time and time, and other bodies and out of bodies that these bodies have rights because they're part of creation, and you gave me the format of protecting you, protecting everything you create, and then controlling anything that comes out of the first dimension." I said, "Well, I already took away controlling whatever comes out of the first dimension from you. I don't agree to it." And said, "You're gonna quit. You need to pick up. You have to quit picking on these bodies." And they said, "Nah, no, that's what it's like callus on our skin that we wipe off as or nothing." And I said, "Well, I'm not doing it." So I told him point blank, "I don't think you're strong enough. I don't think anyone is strong enough to actually kill Lily." And somehow I know that everything's fine, and that's just the way it goes. And then after a couple more displays, that's when the original male said that when I popped in him, he said, "Well, I'll fix him tonight." And that's when I woke up the next morning. Just I didn't know who I was. I didn't know where I was. I knew I was the dwelling I was in. I knew I was safe there. I knew physically, not physically, my energy that I was safe. But I was lost other than that.
Mm.
And the second I woke up, before I could even wake up, I had everything good on the other side, different parts of me and Lily saying, "It's okay, just relax, don't worry about it, it's okay, it's okay." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know I'm okay." And then I'm like, "Who am I?"
Mm.
I'll never forget walking past the hall bathroom and that mirror in there, the door was open, and I looked and I saw this body. It didn't look like this, but I saw this body, and I said, "Huh, I guess that's me."
Mm.
And then it just started to come right together. And then I could feel where he had attacked and destroyed part of my brain. And it's where the conscious and subconscious, talk and stuff. And so I saw a focal point and different lines going into it, like nerves coming into it from different parts of the brain and energy moving through the brain. And then I saw like an orb opening up my own energy, which was the part that killed was inside that orb. And I just started moving stuff through my energy around it.
Yes.
But it took away my ability to see things super sharp and everything else.
Mm.
So, but that's okay. It's all but completely over. The second half, the physical half, is about to be taken care of, plus in some home. All of the format for creation changes, all the laws. There's not many, but I take over with Lily.
Good.
And they can't wait. The folks over there, the good ones, oh, they're like, "Please hurry." And I'm like, I don't know what else I can do other than everything I've done. It's not like I've sat here doing nothing.
Mm. Walker Valseus in Florida is on my distribution list now for sharing these conversations. Walker would like to put them on YouTube from now on, but I will check with you each time. Is that okay?
Yeah, no, go ahead, spread the word, because this is, especially with this one, give them out to anyone,
Mhm.
but I want people to understand when you and I talk, I'm being pumped up heart at max
Yes.
just to be able to talk with you. And the way I look when we're not talking, which is mostly the whole day,
Hmm.
it's that picture I sent this morning.
Mm.
Those little pictures I sent. Yeah, anyone's who's in a group, unless there's something you don't want,
Okay.
you don't feel the need to throw out
Okay.
there, go ahead and send them out.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. It helps all of us. Just, I want people to know, man, we are so close. As soon as I am gone, you'll know right away, and all of a sudden, thunder and lightning, earthquakes, tornadoes, tidal waves, people going poof, lighting up
Hmm.
on fire.
Hmm.
It all happens, and they're going to say, damn. Trump's going to find out, but I'm going to come to him. I'm going to go to him with Lily. But it's more me because he's a part of me. He's attached to me. He's actually still a part of me. And he's going to know what just happened. There's something really big, really strong. And he knows he's really strong. And he knows that, like, after he got shot, he's going, fight, fight. I mean, that's mini me, man. Let's here. You try and aim here, you dumb fuck. Come here. I'll kill you. Um,
Was there anything else you wanted to say? You were thinking of things.
no, I'm just trying to
Okay.
get up the energy to say, all is well and the assholes get hell.
Yep.
Uh,
I should write down a book of sayings of Jay.
yeah, but maybe clean them up a little bit because you know what I mean by them.
Yeah.
Between being an arrow and then working on cars and cracking my knuckles open, bleeding everywhere, um, being in the military, you know, I've had a life, oh, all the frustration that's led me up to this point, as Lily's talking from working I got my thought and she's fixing it. It's all led up to this, but the abuse towards me, the physical attacks, has always been extremely violent and aggressive. Getting me in work action, getting me doused with gasoline and, burning 2/3 of my body. Then there's number 2 man, Dr. Grady Burns Center. He was the number 2 man. If I've mentioned his name, I see
Yeah.
him, but I can't function. He was the number 2 man in Grady, and he worked the ICU, intensive care unit. And when he came in to see me, they had me in ICU for a couple of days. But when I got out, he came in and goes, "You doing okay?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Look, I know I'm burnt pretty bad, but I have animals and stuff to take care of. How long do you think I'll be here?" He goes, "Well, you don't worry about that." I said, "No, no, no, you don't understand. I need to know. They are my children. I have, it's what I am. I protect and care for."
Mm.
And he said, "Well, it might be 2.5 months, but it's okay. Don't worry about it." And I said, "I'll be out of here in 2 weeks." And he said, "That's the spirit." And I said, "No, you don't understand. I'm abnormal. I don't heal like a person." I said, "I'll be out of here in 2 weeks." And he goes, "That's the spirit." And I said, "You'll see." Well, I was bad off. You burn 60% of your body, and 30% of your body is bad, wicked, severe second and third degree burns. It takes a while for you to get out, but 3 weeks and a day, I was out. He wanted to take some more blood and take a look at it. He goes, "There's no way. I've never seen this. You know, I've been a surgeon, a doctor for what, 40 years or something. I've never seen this. I've never seen anyone like you. So I just want to take another sample of your blood if you don't mind. I need your permission on this because it's not necessary for your recovery." And I said, "Sure, take all you want. Just let me keep moving, though. You know, I got to get back to my animals, yada, yada, yada." So he did. And then he got back with me the next time I came back. They released me. I had to come back like every week and then every 2 weeks. And I asked him, I said, "What was going on with that extra blood?" He goes, "Well, like I said, no one's ever healed like you. There's no record of that ever happening. And we were looking for some unknown thing in your blood, you know, whatever, super healing cell or something, you know." And I said, "What do you find?" He goes, "Nothing." I said, "Okay." When I went back in, the first time I went back in, I said, "I got to bring something back to them, you know, for what I went through." And I already had a little money dumped on me. The workman's comp thing, they didn't ask me if I wanted anything. They just gave it to me for life. But the workman's comp is only a piece of it, but, you know, from being burnt alive, over half of my body, 60%. So I showed up that next week. And I had asked the nurse to have everyone come around. They did. And I was in those, it was 2 weeks. I was in those compression stuff on my arms and legs, you know, so I was burnt. When the accident happened, it was so bad, the huge ball of fire was stuck in. I got out. My hands were like this. My palms were detached and melted like this, both of them. So I went like this and pushed them together and held them until I knew to let go, and then I let go, and my palms were back on my hands, the burnt skin and everything. But it wasn't burnt; it was weird. Dr. Kevin Farrell, that was my doctor's name.
Good man.
Yeah. So I brought all these smoked. All the smoked steak and salmon and chicken and stuff. And one of the girls there, I put it out had them help me put it out on a big table, and everybody just started eating. They said, "Man, you shouldn't have done this. This must have been hundreds and hundreds of dollars." I said, No, I got all the stuff at Publix." And they said, "You cook this?" I said, "Yeah, I got a smoker." She said, "A smoker?" And everyone's looking at me like, "You stupid or you sick idiot." And I'm like, "What? You just got burnt alive and you're getting that near a smoker?" I said, "I didn't put my hands in the air. I got, you know, tools that are this long."
Yeah.
They were like, "There's something with Mr. Essex. Not that he's crazy or nut, but he's abnormal." Capital B, capital N. And they look at everything. And Dr. Farrell looked at everything. He goes, "You cook this?" I said, "Yeah, smoker." So it's got a 1,200 degree fire pit, and then the smoke goes off. I put some water in there, and he looks at me. He just doesn't understand. It's not amazement. It's not anger. It's just like, "What?" And he walks out. Of course, a friend of mine, took care of my dogs right away.
Yeah.
But Gail, anyway, I forgot what we were talking about. I hope it's all relative somehow. But
yeah. We're talking about your DNA being changed unlike your
Oh
energy.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they screwed up this body real bad, especially where I couldn't um where the blood sugar issue, where I couldn't, kill
Mm,
myself by fasting.
yeah.
I had to take that away, and this body was literally made to stay alive till the end of 2016,
Mm,
not 8 more years. So it's been coming apart.
mm.
It's like a Halloween pumpkin after New Year's, man. It's just rotting away next to the porch, ready to be fertilizer. Wow. Pain is my co-pilot. We all know that, but I'm really tired of this shit. Uh, I already told you that maybe where you go and it extends out into your family, you have uh, bodyguards with you all the time, but you'll hardly ever see them.
Okay.
When they get close enough, you can probably smell them because, they smell different than we do.
Drock.
The Drak and the Anunnaki. Remember, the Anunnaki are wonderful people. It's just
Hmm.
the crap of the race got sent here to control.
Hmm.
We got the worst. It's like there's a whole lot of good black people, but you go down into the city stuff, most of the people you find are going to be trash. A lot of good people in Ireland, and then you have the IRA.
Hmm.
Sick people that need to die viciously immediately. A race is just a race. It's a group of people, and every single group of people has been infested. My people that I created, the red race, and the rest of my family created, the indigenous races all across this planet and most others when it started. They started out wonderful beings. And then all of a sudden, the original ones got in there and destroyed it. That's what wound up destroying Atlantis,
Yeah.
turning all the Anunnaki uh, Adam Adamic hybrids, putting bad spirit in them.
Hmm.
So they built so many of those pits. I think they had like 14 at one point, then 18. And they go all the way through the crust. So, I
Hmm.
mean,
Hmm.
damn. Besides going through the crust and separating it, that nuclear energy from within the planet came out through it, just making it worse.
Hmm.
And then they would find out after just a little bit of time, they're all putting out more power. Yeah, because the hole going down to the core of the planet was bigger now.
Hmm.
Shortly after almost right after the battle for the pit
Hmm.
in Atlantis, my pit that I actually made all the crystals to when I was the Red Atom, my first life here. I disassembled the pit. So, and it got sent, some race, ET race held on to it and stored everything. And then I have that one piece with me.
Yeah.
All the skulls and everything, they're disappearing. That crystal, I call it the Gawer's sword. I'm
Hmm.
bringing that back. It'll all be with Deanna. in Coral Gables, but then after that, the skulls are moving to our planet, our resort planet, to the castle that's up there. I don't like the word castle, but it's huge. The main ballroom is 100 foot tall. It's like, what do you call it?
Wow.
Yeah, 100 feet tall, 104, 105, whatever. Some kind of marble from that planet. It's beautiful, beautiful. And it's stronger than our marble. It's more dense. Anyway. But it'll be there from time to time. The skulls will come here. Jared Dose and I,
Mhm.
Dan and my son, Jared Dose, I'll be putting energy through him and actually creating the 13th skull.
Mm.
And it's going to come from Brazil. It's crystal that has the acid rain produces a somewhat yellow color to it.
Mm.
And he'll have it. He has some kind of ceremonial leather on his lap, and then this huge chunk of crystal. And I'll just be telling him what to do, and he'll be elevating a little bit, and then I'll be putting my energy through him, and him using his. Remember, that's actually part of me in that body. That's
Yeah.
And we'll make that 13th skull, and then when the skulls come, they'll be here first, and people will see. With the skulls, there's the 12 skulls, and then the 13th one in the middle, and Jadados will be sitting right there with it. And it's a huge column that goes up in the air. And anyone who's sitting there around the 12 skulls outside of them, if they want to go see something, they're not necessarily seeing the same thing. They're seeing whatever they want. That energy takes them there to see it.
Mm.
They can astral project to the beginning of creation.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. I gotta, oh, now what? Come on, Lily. Talk louder, please. I can't hear you. She's saying it's important. She says you're going to break them. The abusers.
Mm.
If they're not there to see it, by the time the people leave that were near the event, they'll see this huge tail, dragon tail, just walking away around a hill or mountain or something.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, you're angry, you're mad, and you should be. You don't keep your anger, but you know what you have to do, and you don't hesitate, and you want to hurry up and end all of it. So,
Mm.
and I do. I've waited till the first life Lily and I had to do this. First one was that bad.
Mm.
Uh, you're gonna crush them. It's like bones breaking and everything else. People are gonna understand. That's gonna freak people out. They'll know before you think they would know. She said, so a lot of the people will be there. They'll be cheering
Mm.
because they figure out what's going on and why.
Yes.
Taking out the trash so everybody can be happy. And those people that can't be happy in the next just under 6 years, I'm taking them home. Just not destroying them, just destroying the body and taking them home.
Mm.
Let them heal and calm down. And, she said, but they're all going away. They're all leaving the planet. All that's going to be left is people that can be happy together and commune.
Mm-hmm. Good.
But and all the sick people, they'll be thought of with strong heart energy and fond memories. It's just they'll understand they needed to go home to heal. Because it's not the healing of the body. The body is so sick it has to just be shut down. But they need to be taken out and go home so they can heal as who they are, spirit in their natural form. She said they're all starting to go away now already. The first time I put out the video, and so it begins.
Oh yeah.
But I took it down like 3 other times. She said when I was told to do that and did it, that's when Lily was doing stuff out of body. I mean, that's when Big Lily, started doing stuff to other
Okay.
bodies, to here, in the physical third dimension.
Hmm.
So it was true, but I kept taking it down because I was still here, but it was still happening. Like the thing with trying to kill President Trump, that part of me.
Hmm.
It won't be that much longer. Everyone will be having fun. They'll have no more fears and worries about things. All the abuse and harshness of their lives will be taken away. It's like they're spending the rest of their life at the beach with a big beach ball, punching it in the air.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
That's the image she gave me. She said, "All right, you got to go because she can't do this anymore."
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Well, that's Wow, I better go.
Take it easy.
I'll see you soon. Have a good one. Okay.
Thanks, Jay. Bye now.
Okay. Bye.